Let me tell you something. The Gucci boutique will never say out loud. Most of the bags they sell will lose between 20 to 40% of their value the moment you walk out the door. Not all of them. Some will hold, a few will actually climb, and one specific category, a category most buyers never even reach, has quietly generated returns that embarrass traditional investments. The difference between a bag that depreciates and a bag that appreciates has almost nothing to do with the price tag on the shelf. It has everything to do with understanding which of the 7 levels you are standing in and what each level is actually selling you. Logo canvas at level 1 is not the same animal as hand-finished calfskin at level 3. Tom Ford alligator at level 6 is not the same conversation as anything sold in a boutique today. By the end of this, you will know exactly where value lives inside the Gucci universe and where it quietly disappears. These are the 7 levels of Gucci bags. Number 1. The starting point for most Gucci buyers is the Ophidia Mini and the GG Marmont camera bag. These are the bags that sell the dream, bold double G logos, signature web stripes, and a price tag that lands between $850 and $1,950. What you are paying for here is instant recognition, not lasting value. Both models rely on GG Supreme Canvas, a coated fabric designed to resist water and stains, trimmed in leather and finished with gold-toned hardware. Stitching density hits 8 to 10 stitches per centimeter, enough for boutique credibility, but nowhere near the labor or material cost of higher tiers. The market knows it. Resale platforms show a quick markdown. Within 12 months, expect to lose 10 to 30% off retail. The average resale to retail ratio hovers around 78%, better than fast fashion, but a clear warning. These bags move fast on the secondary market, but they rarely hold, let alone climb. You are buying liquidity and logo, not investment. If recognition is the goal and you want to exit quickly, this is your lane. But for anyone searching for true retention, the logic changes as soon as you step up to the next level. In second place, the Jackie 1961 in canvas and calfskin stands as the most strategic value play in the Gucci hierarchy. The Jackie's origin story is pure cultural capital. It was born in 1961, named for Jacqueline Kennedy, and immortalized in paparazzi shots that turned a shoulder bag into a symbol of American elegance. It is not just about owning a Gucci, it is about carrying history. Retail prices start around $3,750 for the GG Supreme canvas and climb to $5,200 for full-grain Italian calfskin, but the market response is where the real story unfolds. Resale ratios for the Jackie routinely hit 80 to 95% of retail, and in some cases limited calfskin runs have closed at 90% or higher. That is a level of retention most luxury bags cannot touch. Stitch density jumps to 12 per centimeter, a clear step up in labor and finish, while the hand-engraved piston clasp and horsebit hardware add another layer of credibility. The serial plate inside is not just for show, it is a stamp of provenance that seasoned buyers demand. Calfskin outsells canvas 2 to 1. Reinforcing that material integrity matters as much as the myth. For anyone looking to buy a Gucci and not lose their shirt, the Jackie 1961 is the strongest value pick in the lineup. It is the intersection of craft, story, and market logic, proof that heritage, not hype, is what holds its price. Third on our list, the Bamboo 1947 and Leather Dionysus. Mark Gucci's shift from logo-driven status to craft-driven credibility. The Bamboo 1947 tote is more than a nod to heritage. It is a technical showcase. Each handle is hand-shaped and flame-polished, a process unchanged since the post-war era, making every piece subtly distinct. The retail tag is $3,900, but the real premium is in construction, 15 stitches per centimeter, silk-lined interiors, and hardware that is hand-finished, not stamped out in bulk. The Dionysus in full-grain leather commands a similar price, from $4,200 to $5,200, and pushes even further on craft. The signature tiger head clasp is hand-polished and nickel-plated, while the chain-link strap is double-stitched for durability. Resale data tells the story. Leather Dionysus bags hold about 85% of their value after 3 years, and the bamboo averages 80%, a clear step up from canvas or trend-heavy models. This is the level where you stop paying for a logo and start buying into the labor and materials. For buyers who want a bag that stands up to time and scrutiny, these are the first models where craft begins to justify cost and the market agrees. Number 4. Alessandro Michele's crystal embellished and floral jacquard bags are the apex of runway spectacle. Bags that light up Instagram feeds and boutique displays, but whose value logic is as volatile as the trends they chase. Retail prices stretch from $3,800 to $6,500, justified by the labor. Each crystal-studded piece requires nearly 2 hours of hand setting in Gucci's Florence atelier, and production runs rarely exceed 2,000 to 3,000 units per style. These bags sell out fast, fueled by over 150,000 Instagram mentions for the most coveted drops. On the resale market, hot colorways can spike 15 to 20% above retail in the first 6 months. But the hype window is short. By year 2, resale ratios often crash back to 70 to 85% of retail, with trend fatigue hitting especially hard on crystal-heavy models. Floral jacquard bags, especially those tied to the Aria runway, have begun to stabilize. Some even appreciate modestly as collectors reframe them as archival. Still, this is the level where buyers pay for theater and scarcity, not for material rarity or lasting heritage. If you want to gamble on a flash moment, this is your playground. But understand, you are riding the roller coaster of fashion volatility, not the steady climb of collector value. Number 5. The exotic skin Gucci bag is where the logic of luxury pivots from trend to raw material and legal compliance. Python, ostrich, and crocodile are not just status symbols, they are a test of a buyer's literacy in scarcity and regulation. Python. Jackie bags command retail prices between $6,500 and $9,500. But their relative abundance means the market rarely rewards them with significant appreciation. Ostrich, by contrast, is produced in far smaller runs, with Jackie or structured satchel models selling for $8,000 to $11,000. 5 to 7 years later, verified resale listings for Ostrich often match or slightly exceed original retail, especially for classic colors like black or cognac. Crocodile enters at $12,000 and can stretch well past $20,000. But true collector-grade pieces in this skin typically belong to the next level, where provenance, not just material, drives price. Stitching density jumps to 20 per centimeter, and every bag must travel with a CIOET's permit, adding a 5% compliance premium. The market is clear. Exotic skin is not a guarantee of profit, but with the right documentation and material, it opens the door to investment-grade territory. This is the first level where liquidity tightens and the rules change. Buyers need to understand what they are holding and why the paperwork matters as much as the hide. Number 6. The Tom Ford Fall. 2004 alligator dragon motif horsebit bag is where Gucci stops being a luxury purchase and becomes a collector's asset. This is not a boutique piece, it is a couture sample built for the runway and released in quantities you can count on one hand. The price of entry is steep. Recent auction records show a hammer price of $22,000 to $30,000, with a single documented bag reselling at 150% of its original value within 5 years. What drives this kind of appreciation is not just rare material, though the alligator hide is hand-selected and dyed with natural pigments for uniformity. It is the provenance. The runway tag is still attached, an archive certificate from Gucci's heritage department is present, and there is a designer-signed receipt. Each layer of documentation doubles the value logic. Construction is obsessive, requiring 40 hours of handwork, from laser-etched brass hardware to silk-lined interiors and a custom horsebit bracket. The Tom Ford era stands as Gucci's golden age, and these bags are its currency. This is where the market shifts from luxury logic to near-art valuation, where the story, the paperwork, and the era itself become the principal drivers of price. And finally, In first place, vault-level Gucci, the ultra-rare archive pieces and true art market collaborations. This is where fashion crosses into artifact status, and the rules of luxury evaporate. Prototypes from the early 1970s, unreleased bamboo samples, and Gucci and Dapper Dan collaborations do not appear on retail shelves. Instead, they surface at private auctions and gallery sales, with prices starting at $20,000 and spiking to $75,000 for a single 1972 bamboo prototype at Sotheby's in 2023. Here, value is not just about material or even craftsmanship, it is about documented provenance. Without a full dossier, such as an archive ledger entry, a designer sketch, and video of the bag in the vault, no serious institution will touch it. A single missing document can halve the price. But when the paperwork is airtight, appreciation can swing from 120% to 200% of the original sale in just a few years. Volatility is the norm. Media features or a museum loan can send prices soaring overnight. These are not bags you buy to carry, they are cultural assets, coveted by collectors, museums, and the auction houses that now treat them like contemporary art. At this level, documentation trumps price, and the story behind the bag becomes the real driver of value. If you are playing at the summit, it is not about the label anymore. It is about the legacy you can prove. Across all 7 levels, one truth cuts through the price tags. Real Gucci value is not sold at the register. It is built from materials, design lineage, and documented significance. Buy the logo for a thrill. Buy the leather for longevity. Buy the archive for legacy. Know what you are really investing in.